Hey everyone, welcome to my next Singing and Stories video here on YouTube for the second day in a row. It's a holiday, so here I am again. Today I got a song by the Statler Brothers called The Other Side of the Cross. It was from 2001, one of their later songs, written by one of their members, Don Reid. This is my first Statler Brothers song on my YouTube playlist, My Karaoke Songs, and my 258th video on there overall. This song, I first heard it when the Statler Brothers were a guest on an episode of the Gaither Gospel Hour on Vision TV around the time when the song came out. My mom and I were regular viewers of the Gaither show every Friday night after we got home from work. Before that, in the 90s, my family and I were regular viewers of the Statler Brothers show on TNN, the Nashville network, on Saturday nights for most of its 7-year run. I especially became an ardent viewer of the show from about 1995, when Crystal Gale joined the cast as a regular. I would watch the clock, and when the time came for the show to start, if my family was watching something else, I would go into another room with a TV so I wouldn't miss any of it. I had to get my weekly Crystal fix. Pretty soon, usually my mom would notice that I had snuck off and asked what I was doing. When I told her, it usually wasn't long before the rest of the family was watching the Statlers too, and I rejoined them. Now I get my Crystal fix on YouTube on my TV every morning. So today's song is a gospel song, which is you could say it's a good thing that I get turned loose on one of these every now and then, because it gives me a chance to really belt it out. So here's the chance for me here today, I guess. The Statlers always ended their show with a gospel song every week, accompanied by Bill Walker on the piano. This song, On the Other Side of the Cross, describes a very descriptive scene of Jesus' crucifixion, with each group member taking a verse. The first verse sung by Don Reid, the lead singer of the group. Second verse by Harold Reid, the bass singer. Then the chorus started off by Phil Balsley, the baritone, and ended off with Jimmy Fortune, the tenor singer. And then they all joined together on the second chorus in the end. So, this song describes the image of Jesus nailed to the cross in the first verse. In the second verse, we have the grieving Mary on the blood-soaked hillside, and a reference to Jesus dying for our sins and bearing all of our pain. The chorus, which is repeated, praises Jesus' love for us all. A little bit about the songwriter Don Reid. He, of course, was a member of the Statler Brothers. He has written or co-written 19 songs that have been released by more than one artist, from One Song Away by Tommy Cash, Johnny Cash's brother, for those of you who seen a few other videos that I've done mentioning him. Tommy Cash did that song on April 16th, 1970, to their last one, or Don Reid's last one, called Years Ago by the Statler Brothers on April 30th, 1980. All but 2 of the 19 songs were originally released by the Statler Brothers. The other 2 were both originated by Tommy Cash. All of the co-writes were with other members of the Statler Brothers. Those 19 included some of the Statlers' biggest hits, like Do You Remember These, The Class of 57, Monday Morning Secretary, Susan When She Tried, I'll Go to My Grave Loving You, Do You Know You Are My Sunshine, and How to Be a Country Star. A lot of those songs are on these tapes right here that used to be my mom's. Here we got the Statler Brothers' Greatest Hits from Reader's Digest that she used to be a subscriber to for years. That's where she got that tape from. Nice country scene there on that one. Here's another Statler's Greatest Hits tape with a picture of the Statler Brothers on the front, sitting around a table. And then we have this album here, The Best of the Statler Brothers. That's not the Statler Brothers on the cover of that one. It looks like a group of 4 women from the early 1900s, probably. Not sure who they are, but possibly relatives of the Statler Brothers. Ancestors, maybe? I don't know. So yeah, I got that. What that mean there, that stack of tapes means is there's going to be a whole lot more Statler Brothers songs coming up in the future on these videos. Haha. So now, talking about, let me see here now, this song, The Other Side of the Cross. This song was an album track only, never a single. It was track 11 on the Statler's 2001 album, Showtime, released on the Crossroads label. The album was recorded at Soundshop Studios in Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, and it was released on April the 10th, 2001. Musicians on the recording included Eddie Bayers on drums, Jeff King on electric guitar, Mark Cass-Stevens on guitar, and Sonny Garish on dobro and pedal steel. The album was produced by Jerry Kennedy, who had been their producer for 25 years on Mercury Records. No cover versions of The Other Side of the Cross have yet been released to date. Surprise, surprise. The Statler Brothers, a little bit about them. Sometimes referred to as the Statlers. They were an American country music, gospel, and vocal group from Stanton, Virginia. Not Staunton, even though it's spelled S-T-A-U-N-T-O-N. Pronounced Stanton for some reason. The quartet was formed in 1955, performing locally. The original members were Joe McDorman, the original lead singer, Lou DeWitt, the tenor, born March 12, 1938 in Roanoke, Virginia. The only one of them wasn't born in Stanton. And he died on August 15, 1990, aged 52, of heart and kidney disease stemming from complications of Crohn's disease. Then there was Phil Balsley, the baritone, born August 8, 1939 in Stanton, Virginia. He's now 84. Has his birthday coming up in a few days. And Harold Reid, the bass singer. My favorite, of course, because I'm a bit of a bass singer myself. I try to be. He was born August 21st, 1939 in Stanton, Virginia, and died on April 24th, 2020, aged 80 of kidney failure. McDorman left the group in 1960 and was replaced by Harold's brother, Don Reid. He was born June 5th, 1945 in Stanton, Virginia. He is now 79. DeWitt was replaced by Jimmy Fortune due to ill health in 1982. Fortune was born March 11th, 1955 in Williamsburg, Virginia. He is now 69. The group started out billing themselves as the Four Star Quartet, and later the Kingsmen. In 1963, when the song Louie Louie by the garage rock band also called the Kingsmen became famous, the group elected to bill themselves as the Statler Brothers, even though none of their names was Statler, and only two of them were actual brothers. The group named themselves after a brand of facial tissue they had noticed in a hotel room. They joked that they could have easily named themselves the Kleenex Brothers. I heard that story before on their show. In 1964, they started an 8-year run as Johnny Cash's opening act and backing vocalists. They appeared on his TV show quite a bit, too. They parted on good terms to concentrate on their own career. They performed in the country, gospel, southern gospel, and traditional pop genres. They were active in the music business from 1955 to 2002, when their farewell concert in their hometown of Stanton, Virginia became a Gaither Gospel Hour episode that I remember watching. May have even been a 2-part episode, I think. It was a big event. They recorded for the Columbia, Mercury, Music Box, and Yell labels, in addition to Crossroads. 213 records were released on the Statler Brothers between 1964 and 1991. They also recorded under the comic persona as Lester Roadhog Moran and as Cadillac Cowboys. I think that was a creation of Harold Reid. He was the comedian of the group. They were 9-time winners of the CMA Vocal Group of the Year award between 1972 and 1984. They were elected to the Country Music Hall of Fame in 2008. Their discography includes 37 studio albums, 3 live albums, 18 compilation albums, 14 music videos, and 83 singles. 4 of their singles reached number 1. Alrighty, so now I'm going to sing On the Other Side of the Cross, or The Other Side of the Cross. Wish me luck, this is a hard song to do, but especially if I'm going to do 4 different parts on this thing, but I don't know if I will or not. We'll see how it goes. We'll give it a try, though. Here we go. This one actually has a different karaoke version that I found on YouTube, which I'm going to use, called Darmac Karaoke. So here we go, The Other Side of the Cross, Statler Brothers, written by Don Reid. tears in the eyes of Jesus. There were nails in the palms of his hands. There were thorns in his brow, and only God could know how much pain he could withstand. There was blood all around the hillside as a mother mourned her loss, and we all stood to gain from the heavenly pain on the other side of the cross. On the other side of the cross, the side that no one could see, on the spirit of things yet to come, on the future of you and me, and what he gave that day on the cross. Not one bit of love has been lost. Hold my hand, stand up and say, if you were there on that day, on the other side of the cross, on the other side of the cross, the side that no one could see, on the spirit of things yet to come, on the future of you and me, and what he gave that day on the cross. Not one bit of love has been lost. Hold my hand, stand up and say, if you were there on that day, on the other side of the cross. Oh, hold my hand, stand up and say, if you were there on that day, on the other side of the cross. Woo! Sorry folks, I couldn't hold out as long as I did. That was fun, wasn't it? Alright, let's stop this thing right about now. Stop right now. Okay. Woo! Man, The Other Side of the Cross by Statler Brothers. Woo! If that isn't a workout, nothing is, I say. Woo! Hope you all enjoyed that little try of a gospel song today. Sometimes I just... Oh, I thought I stopped that thing. God. I'm afraid. What is going on here? Just stop, please. Oh my God. It's out of control over there. Friggin' YouTube. Anyway, yeah, so that's going to do it for today. Hope you all enjoyed that song. I sure got my insides cleaned right out doing that. Anyway, I'll be back in a couple of days on Wednesday with another song. Not a gospel song, this time going back to the country songs. It's a song that I did a lot at Dooley's back in the day when I was going there every week. Haven't done it much lately. But it's a song by Bobby Bare, one of my favorite singers, and also one of my mom's favorite singers. But yeah, it's called Miller's Cave. It's a song that also Hank Snow did a version of, which we'll give it a try next time, the Bobby Bare version, or my own take on the Bobby Bare version, because mine's a little different than his, but yeah, we'll give that one a try next time. It's going to be fun. I'll give it a Statler Brothers sign-off today. I'll say, be here next time, because I ain't even started yet. Yeah. Paraphrasing old Harold at the end of the Statler Brothers show, so there we go. Have a good day, everyone. Bye now.